Hey guys, Adam here with AmericanTrucks.com, and today we're taking a quick look at and installing the Axial Sequential LED Side Marker Mirror Light signals available in the smoked finish for the 15 to 18 F-150. You should be checking this out for your F-150 if your truck came with turn signals in the mirror from the factory and you're looking to upgrade them to something a little bit more aggressive, super modern, and very unique. Now I gotta say, this is something that is so small you might not even think to modifying, but it makes such a huge impact on the appearance of your truck. You're gonna transform your factory turn signals that were built into the mirror here, which have a chrome interior, a clear lens, and 4 individual very small LED turn signal amber lights into something that's an eye catcher. You can see first and foremost, it's a sequential. So the sequential pattern will activate with your turn signals and your hazard lights in your mirrors here, blinking from the inside, so toward the front of the vehicle, to the outside, toward the side of the vehicle, so front to back. That sequence is something that's built into the LED strip that's very different than the 4 individual ones from your factory one. The 4 individual lights were very spaced out, they don't light up the entire thing. It's just not exactly how we'd love it to be executed from the factory. This is something we love to see. It's an LED light bar that's the entire length of the piece there, built into a smoked lens. The smoked lens makes it look like it's kind of blending in with the black exterior mirror here when the lights are off. But once you do turn those lights on, it's a very bright, vibrant amber. So that light's gonna light up the entire interior, and the black interior is gonna help with that smoked lens to give you a really stealthy appearance. Overall, it's a really impactful mod that makes a huge difference with a very affordable price tag of right around 50 bucks. 50 bucks is gonna get you both sides. And again, keep in mind guys, if you are picking this up, it's only gonna fit the F-150s that already had the lights in the mirrors to begin with. If you don't have the lights in the mirrors, you gotta pick those mirrors up first before you can pick up these lights. Just keep that in mind moving forward. There's no wiring included in the kit. It's gonna plug right into the pre-existing one inside your mirror. Now the install, I'm gonna give 1 out of 3 wrenches on a difficulty meter. You can tackle this in about 15 to 20 minutes from start to finish. I'm gonna show you every step. Let's get to it. The tools used in this install include an impact gun or a ratchet, an extension, and a T15 Torx bit. All right, first step here, we're gonna focus on our driver's side mirror. I'm gonna pop this guy over just a little bit to make life a little easier. I'm gonna pinch out the mirror like that. We're gonna put our hands underneath and pull firmly straight back and up. So it's that direction to pop this guy off. Just like that. There's a couple of clips, metal clips holding that guy on. And if you have wiring harnesses on the back there, might need to pinch and disconnect those. Just like that. We're gonna set this mirror inside on the driver's seat. All right, next up there are 4 Torx bolts we have to remove. 1, 2, 3, 4, 1 in each corner. They're T15s. So grab that, an impact gun or a ratchet, and get them off. All right, so now the backing plate should come off here. I'm gonna pull that guy straight back. This we can set down, and we're gonna unclip the factory turn signal harness. All right, now we can swap them out. So we got our factory turn signal off of our mirror here on our 15 F-150, and I have it next to our Axial LED sequential turn signal. So let's talk about some differences here. Obviously the similarities are pretty easy, right? It's the same quality construction, same fitment, but aside from that, completely different. Your factory one does have LEDs, but there are 4 individual singular LEDs that are gonna light up amber inside of a clear lens and a chrome housing. So it's really flashy, very traditional. Your new guy is gonna use a black interior housing, 1 long LED strip instead of 4 individual ones, and a smoked lens. Now the smoked lens there is gonna give you a nice stealthy appearance. It's gonna make it blend in a little bit more with the matte black mirror light there. If you have any mirror covers, it may stand out a little bit more, but either way, definitely a big difference in appearance. Now the LEDs are gonna be brighter, a lot more of a vibrant, rich amber color as opposed to the factory LEDs there. And then finally, the sequential is obviously completely different. It's gonna blink from the inside out in sequence with your turn signals and hazard lights, of course, something your factory one did not do. Now at this point, it's fairly simple. We're gonna put it back in position, making sure we plug back in the actual harness there. Then we're gonna bolt everything back up. All right, next step, just make sure you're grabbing the correct side turn signal. On the back, it's labeled L or R, L for driver's side left, R for passenger side right. So we're gonna plug in the new turn signal to the factory harness, make sure it clips in. And we're basically just gonna sit this guy right into position just like that. Now the next step is to actually put our backing on. Now the backing unclipped itself when we removed it, so you wanna make sure you're plugging that in if you have a harness for the backing. All right, so we're gonna plug this guy back in on the inside of our trim. Make sure the mirror LED turn signal is in position. If you need to, you can move the mirror into the positions that make your life a little easier. And we're going to pop this guy back on. All right, now it does clip in a bit, but again, there are those Torx screws that hold it in place. So grab the Torx screws and let's put them back through. Now for the Torx screws, I'm going to do this guy first in the bottom left corner, just because it's the one holding on the LED turn signal as well. All right, follow that up with the rest of them. Now we can finish up with our mirror. All right, so now just grab your mirror and plug it back in if you have the mirrors that defrost as well. And make sure you're aligning that wire harness properly. Right, and then when it comes to putting it back in, just make sure you're tucking the harness, lining it up right into the middle there, and put pressure. Snaps back in place, and you're good to go. That'll wrap up my review and install for the Axial LED sequential side mirror marker turn signal lights, available in the smoked finish for all 15 to 18 F-150s. Get yours right here at AmericanTrucks.com.